Hey, hey, Spring LaFay, Simply Tara. This is going to be a reading for the sign of Gemini. And yesterday was my birthday, and I woke up with the question, what does Spirit want you to know? So, here is the reading. And if you have Gemini in your birth chart, then this reading may be for you. As well, they are timeless readings, so whenever you actually watch it or are drawn to it, that is when you may take something away. That can be a year later, that can be whenever. There's no timestamp on it. Just saw your card, the Lovers, on the bottom. So, what does Spirit want you to know? You are very valuable, more than you see yourself, for some of you. It's like someone, or many are being given this chance for a new beginning. But you need to work hard. You need to find the abundance, and this feels like not only pentacles, but in life, all around you. Things that many people take for granted. People, having a roof over your head, such as that, it's like, yeah, you are this magnificent being, but it's as if someone doesn't, they're not at their highest potential. There is work to be done. There is like this abundance of knowledge within them, and it's like they just need to work to get there, to bring this to fruition. There's that need for balance and equal give and take. What I'm getting from the Three of Pentacles, this is like partnership, family. What I'm getting is, there's this need to balance your time, your energy, between family, between work, between relationships, giving equally to all. Make time for yourself as well. And, spiritually, it's like someone, or many of you, you need to take time for yourself spiritually to grow as well. It feels like many, need to reach higher for their you have these gifts. Many of you have these gifts within that are on the verge of like coming out, coming into being. It's like they're there, but you need to work on yourself as a person and whole, You need to have healthy relationships, balanced, and you need to work on yourself spiritually. You also need to give equal time, put equal effort towards your partner. For those of you who have a partner. For those of you who don't and are wanting this new beginning to come forth in your life with someone, you need to do this work on yourself. You need to not give up. You need to balance your life. You need to know that you have everything in you. You know, it's like some of you need to be stable on your own. Be content on your own with yourself. Even if you have a partner in your life, be content with yourself. Be stable with yourself. See with clarity. See that path before you. Stay on that path. Stay on the path that you are meant to be on. Don't, take side roads. Keep truth to yourself. Keep true to yourself. Know your truth. Know your truth. Know your value. Know your worth. And stay true to that. Don't let anyone sway you from your truth. We've got Judgment. I feel like, the angels they are talking to you. They're giving you this guidance. You have to see it. Sometimes we can become very, stuck in our ways, stuck in our very being of how we are used to where it's very hard to grow as a person. I feel like someone is needing to, they need to follow these signs for sure. They need to put to death these ways of thinking that they've been accustomed to, these ways of doing things, these it's like repeating cycles in their life. They need to go. And I just got, some of you may be saying, well, I love myself. I just don't trust anyone else. Well, why don't you trust anyone else? If you completely love yourself, then you're not going to allow anyone to come into your life that is going to, you'll cut them out. If they're going to take away from what you are, or take you away from your path that you're meant to be on, you're going to cut them out. So, why not, it's fine to not trust to a point, but this is like a feeling of not trusting yourself enough to know. It's someone's not believing in themselves enough. They don't trust in themselves enough to even try to trust anyone else. It's that feeling. You know, I feel like Spirit is trying to tell you that you need to grow as a person. But you also need to know that, you know, there is blessings to be had. There are doors to be open. There are, you know, people on your path. Some of you have a relationship, you know, and it can further grow with the growth of that you do on yourself. You know, that can better your relationship. For some of you want to meet someone, but you can't trust. But yet you love yourself. But do you trust yourself? Do you trust yourself to, if you trust someone, if you give out your trust and they do you wrong, do you trust yourself enough to know, hey, I love myself enough, I won't put up with that, and I will cut you from my life? Or is it that you just don't trust yourself enough to know that? If that comes forth, and that therefore it's easier not to trust anyone because of lack of trust in self. You know, I feel like, yeah, Spirit wants you to know that you need to grow. You need to learn. You know, we learn when we trust and someone comes into our life. We learn something. If someone comes in and they break that trust, well, we learn something. Does that take away from our love for ourselves if we truly love ourselves? No. Does that mean that we are going to change this person? It may hurt our feelings. It may make us feel bad. It may make us cry. It may make us sad. But at the end of the day, if we still truly love ourselves and we trust ourselves, you know, we know that we can deal with whatever is thrown at us, and then we know that we don't have to have that person in our life, because the person we have to have is ourselves. You know, building our own stability, and yeah. See, I am working on myself as a person every day. But I feel like, yeah, that's what, there's needed growth. Like I said, someone I feel like, or many, have these gifts, but they're not moving forward on them. And, you know, you get this, it's a feeling of it's like there's something meant for you, something special, but you need to grow spiritually. You know, I just mentioned stability and stable. Well, yes, we have to, you know, work towards our stability and our being stable. But we do need to take a look at our ego. You know, what is inside that is, you know, making us, pushing us, driving us? Is it materialistic? Is it money? You know, and two, you know, it's like holding on too tightly to ways of thinking that have kept us repeating cycles over and over and over and over again. You know, this may be that, you know, someone grew up without one or the other of a parent, and they feel like, you know, they've been in this cycle of just feeling not good enough, or can't do it on their own. Just can't do it on their own. You know, that's a repeating cycle if you keep in that mindset. You know, when you realize that you're in that cycle and you realize, hey, I've got that mindset, that's what I've been doing. You know, begin to work on yourself, changing the way you think about yourself, the way that you look at yourself. You know, and knowing that you can do what you set your head to. You can build for yourself. You don't have to have someone else to do it. You're going to be okay on your own. I feel like with the Two of Wands, I feel like Spirit is saying, you know, there is so much out there. There is so much. And there is so much spiritually that, you know, there's someone really, there's gifts to be unlocked and there's help to be given. It's like someone can change other people's lives. Many actually can change other people's lives, but they have to open themselves up to these gifts. They have to accept. And, you know, I feel like you see how he's looking at this world. It's like someone has this mindset, they're scared. It's like they can't do this on their own. That's their mindset. They can't, it's like function on their own, all alone or something. That's what I'm getting. But they can. King of Pentacles. You know, like, I feel like Spirit wants someone to, or wants, well, he wants you to look at your ego. From the inside, the Spirit wants you to look at your ego. God wants you to take a look at that. You know, what is pushing you forward? What is making you go on the paths you're going on? Is it materialistic? Is it, you know, just the pentacles? Is it, yeah, it's like you're being asked to take a look at your paths and take a look at your past. The paths that you have went on. What pushed you down those paths? Do you have, you know, a reoccurring cycle? A pattern? Something that has kept you burdened. You know, has put many burdens on you. And it's like now you know, you've come to this point where you're looking into your spiritualness. You're working a bit on yourself, some of you more. But, you know, what has caused all of these burdens in the past? Is this a pattern? Is this something that's reoccurred? Does this have to do with, you know, not feeling loved, or for many of you, you know, it could stem back to childhood and the lack of fulfillment, lack of love from one parent or the other. For some of you, you know, possibly being ignored by whomever was supposed to nurture you. You know, there's definitely a need to look back at the past. Not stay there, but look. See, them's past cups. See, it's like you're missing what's being offered in the future. And for many of you, that is your spiritual gifts. That is going on a spiritual path. You know, helping others. Whether you know you're helping them or not. But yeah, and for others, you know, it's like missing these opportunities in front of you that, you know, are cups of love. Because of, you know, it's like, for many, missing cups of love that are meant for you because of just your mindset that's kept you in this pattern, that's kept you burdened and kept you possibly, choosing the same people. Never, like if someone comes on your path, possibly just, okay. Not really weighing all of the, the pros and the cons and what ifs and, this type of thing. Not really looking at it. It's like it's just, okay. And then you get stuck, burdens. Whereas, while you're wasting time with that person, or within that situation, or within that connection, you could be missing out on a connection that, you see, that's a cloud from heaven. That may be heaven sent. I hope this is making sense. I feel like you're being told to stand strong, stand tall, and stand in your truth, but do you know your truth? Take that long, hard look back. Start finding yourself. Finding yourself, growing yourself, and know your truth. If they walk away, so what? You've got you. You're not vulnerable. You've got you. You're working on your stability. You're working on your stableness. You're working on you. You love you. It's like, you see that smile? It's like, walk away. I've got me. For many of you, that's when love can come in, is when the real love, the true love. Because it feels like you've missed many opportunities where true love, the real love that was meant tried to come in. And it feels like once you get to that point, that's when it can happen. But for many of you, this is, feeling happy, cheery, and love for yourself and love for others. Not worrying about trusting, not because you know that you got you. If they go, you're strong. You're standing strong in your own self, in your own truth. So I feel like you're being told that, for one, you need to cut out, for some of you, it's people that do not serve you, don't serve your higher good, they don't serve, your life, they're not, what are they doing? What are they doing in your life? Look at that. And also, it's like cutting out these behaviors, these patterns, these, doing over and over and over again, and growing yourself and being all that you were meant to be. Being the beautiful you that was meant to be. Make that decision to bring happiness to your life. Moving forward swiftly. Away from what has kept you stuck. For most of you, for a lot of you, it's within you. It's what's keeping you stuck. It's not the people around you. They can come and go. It's within you. Wasn't going to take a romance angel, but I feel like I should. So I'm going to take one. If they give it to me. Make the effort. Great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. So, for some of you, you already have this relationship. But you need to work on you. You need to work on you. You need to work on, some of you, you need to work on growing stability. You know, make that effort. For many of you, you want love to come into your life. Work on you. You know, you want the real deal. You don't want just the same coming into your life. Love yourself. Realize what you will accept, what you won't accept. What you're going to accept, what you're not going to accept. What do you expect from yourself? Are you expecting that from your people who come into your life? Do you expect them to treat you the way that you're treating yourself? Or are you allowing them to treat you different than you treat yourself? Stay optimistic about your love life. Positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. You know, do this work. And know what you want. You know, breathe it into existence. Feel it. Think it. Work on you. Get yourself where you need to be. You know, because do you want to try to have something with someone and you're not at that spot where you need to be? Bloodstone. Lapis. Lapis lazuli. Or lazuli. Amber. And agate. Let's start with bloodstone. Sorry about that stupid phone. Okay, bloodstone. It was a telemarketer. Rediscover Mother Earth and explore the goddess within. You know, many of you, it would do you good to get grounded. It would do you good to go outdoors. Get out in the air, the sun. Enjoy a little bit of nature. You would be amazed at what that can do for you. Lapis. Lapis lazuli. Open your inner vision to see the spiritual destiny that awaits you. What I say, many of you have spiritual gifts that need to be activated. They need to be coming forth. They need to come into, where you're using them to help others. I feel like you could help many. Amber. You are a child of light, dispelling the darkness in the world around you. You bring those gifts into, and helping others. What are you doing? Adding light where someone might have seen darkness. Bringing hope. Agate. Step back. Take a deep breath and relax. Go out into nature. Breathe. Just relax. Feel the wind on your skin. It's like a kiss from heaven. Get out in just to feel that air, that breeze touch your skin, or a touch of rain. Yeah. Oops. Okay. We got harvest. That is harvest. You know, it's like you can be blessed. Just invest in yourself. Take this time to heal. Take this time to work on you. Work within. And you're looking at rewards. You're looking at blessings. You know, it's kind of like, okay, if you go to work and you're able to get yourself nice things, you know, what are you doing? You're seeing the fruits of your labor. You put this work in you, you're going to see the fruits of your labor. You know, and for whomever, building this stability, you know, that's providing for yourself, not having to count on anyone else. You know, this can also be of someone who is maybe has their own business, or you know, it's where they're self-employed. You know, and or someone who is, you know, possibly in school or going to school for something. Something to do with education. Higher learning. You know, and that can also be about learning about yourself. Learning about who you are. We got the rings. Got the rings. Okay. You know, you have different things that connect people together, you know, whether that be circumstance, whether that be, you know, well, oh, I just got to have you in my life. I just can't, you know, I can't do it on my own. You know, it's time to come out of that. But, you know, for some, you know, it's like, when you put different things together, you know, I mean, it's like making something new. It's like working on yourself to have something new with your partner, or within a connection, or for yourself. You know, and also it's like I feel a need to connect with like-minded people. You know, for those of you that have this spiritual, you know, gifts about you, and maybe you're not exploring it, you're not, you know, fully embracing it, bringing it forward, you know, but yet you're working spiritually on yourself a little bit, you know. You know, maybe there's a need to come together with like-minded people. You know, people that are possibly going through the same thing as far as, you know, their gifts, or spiritually, or maybe you feel like you're with people who don't understand, or they're not like you. They you know, they don't get it. They don't believe. Then there is this feeling of need to connect with people, individuals, come together with, you know, like a soul tribe, or others who can get what you're going through, you know. And there's plenty of even groups on, you know, a lot of the social medias that where you can connect with other people who are like-minded, that may possibly be going through the same sort of, you know, things that pop up on these journeys, you know. Well, that's what I got. Give it a thumbs up. That way YouTube moves it along. You know, if you don't feel like this is for you, then, you know, just leave it. If you haven't subscribed and you want to see more, subscribe, hit that little bell. That'll notify you every time that I upload. And, you know, have an awesome day. Look up at the sky. Bye.